Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Knowtify session. Thank you for joining in on a Sunday morning. I'm Surabhi Tripathi. I lead admissions and marketing for TAPMI Bengaluru. With me, I have Professor Navneeta Krishnan. He's Dean of TAPMI Bengaluru. I also have
Good morning, all of you.
Professor Soumik Bhushan. He's Program Chair of BBA Honors at TAPMI Bengaluru. I have Mr. Rahul Singh and Ms. Ruchika from admissions team of undergraduate programs. So before getting into the details of the admission process, which is the topic of this session, I would like to invite Professor Navneeta Krishnan to start off the session and take us through an overview of what both the campuses of TAPMI look like. But before starting with the session, I would like to tell you all that the flow of the session would be such that we'll take you through a few slides wherein we'll be sharing details about TAPMI, followed by details of the admission process of IPM and BBA honors programs. And then we'll be opening the floor for question and answer. Until then, if some questions come to your mind, feel free to write on the chat as we'll be taking up those questions towards the end of the session. We have tried to design this session in such a way that all the queries, especially related to admission process and selection criteria, would be covered during the presentation itself. However, like I mentioned, towards the end of the session, we will be taking up the questions also. So over to you, sir. Ruchika, if you could stop sharing, I'll share the slides from here. And sir, you may take over from here.
Thank you, Mr. Ruby, and good morning to all the students. Happy to see good about 150 of you are there for this webinar on a Sunday morning. So what we would do is I'll just give you an overview, as Mr. Surbi was saying, followed by detailed discussion on admissions will be done by Mr. Surbi. Before I start getting into the brief detail about TAPMI and the program, I just wanted to clarify that we have two campuses. It is actually TAPMI is one institute at two locations. The first location is at TAPMI Manipal, where the school was founded in 1980. And the second location is the TAPMI Bengaluru campus, which was started in 2022. As far as the UG programs for which all of you are interested, both the campuses offer UG program. The TAPMI Manipal offers the IPM program, the 3+2 years program, and the TAPMI Bengaluru offers the 4 years BBA honors program. The admissions for both these programs, the IPM at TAPMI Manipal and the BBA honors at TAPMI Bengaluru, is centrally handled by TAPMI Bengaluru from the Mahe Bengaluru campus, and Ms. Surbi, who started this session, would be in charge for the entire admission process. I thought I should give this broad overview before I get into the details of the program. So with this overview, let me move to the next slide. Surbi, can you just move to the next one, please? So now the picture that you see here on the right-hand side is the campus of TAPMI Bengaluru, right, which is located at Yelahanka within the Mahe Bengaluru campus. The unique feature of Mahe Bengaluru campus is it has got 7 different schools, including the TAPMI. So, okay, somebody is saying, try turning off your camera. Before I go ahead, am I completely audible? Is my voice loud and clear to all the participants?
So to me, yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I can see thumbs up.
I'll let you know, sir, if there is a disturbance from your side.
If there is a disturbance, you let me know. I can switch off my video if that is the case. Okay, sure, so the TAPMI Bengaluru is located at Mahe Bengaluru campus. As I mentioned, it has got 7 schools. So you would be studying along with students. If you are joining the TAPMI Bengaluru campus for the BBA program, you would be studying or co-living with students who are from MIT, Manipal Institute of Technology, Shishti School of Arts and Design, the DOC, Department of Commerce, Department of Liberal Arts and Humanities, the Manipal Law School, and Manipal Institute of Regenerative Medicine. So this is the cohort which will look like. If you are joining the IPM program, your campus will be located in TAPMI Manipal, where you will be studying along with the MBA students who would be in 6 different sectors, about which I'll shortly and briefly tell you. So this is how the geography of both the campuses are located. So as I mentioned, 1980 was the establishment of TAPMI in the Manipal campus, good about 40 years old campus we have. We are part of MAHE, and we are NIRF ranked number 3 in India. So ahead of us is only IIC Bangalore and JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi. We are number 3. If you look at TAPMI, amongst the business school ranking, TAPMI is ranked 39 in NIRF in the business and management category. We have a dual accreditation, that is AASSB, which is an international accreditation. We are members of PRME, Principles of Responsible Management Education by the United Nations. So we are accredited by international body, and some of our programs like the MBA code has been accredited by AMBA. We are looking at other international accreditations like BGA, AQUIS in the days to come. We also have collaboration. We have signed MOUs with various foreign universities. The Bangalore campus has signed MOU with University of Southampton and Deakin. We are currently signing an MOU with IESEG France. This facilitates our students to go abroad for study abroad, about which I will be talking shortly after some time. Quite a few students from the last batch 2022 who passed out after year 3 have moved to foreign university, and this year also quite a few students are on the verge of final selection to their foreign university. TAPMI as a school has got a very strong alumni network. We have around 8,000 students who have passed out from 1982 onwards, and they are at various senior leadership positions. So if you come to TAPMI, either Bangalore or Manipal, whichever events that we organize, be it the founding day, be it the inaugural, when you have the induction day, you'll always get to meet an alumni. We invite 1 or 2 alumni who are in senior leadership roles in various corporate entities. Primarily, you get an opportunity to interact with them, understand how their journey had been after TAPMI and how TAPMI has helped them to shape their career. Both the campuses has absolutely got the state-of-the-art campus and infrastructure. Shortly, we'll be showing you some photographs of both campus. But I can tell you that both the campuses have fantastic classrooms with video connections, so that we can connect with people outside, and we can sort of have an interactive classroom sessions with census board, as well as the standard white board which is available. We run multiple UG and PG program and executive education. Somebody is still saying connection is weak, so maybe I'll just keep my camera off. Right. Okay. So we have programs, as I mentioned, UG, and I'm just again clarifying. We have 2 UG program, the IPM at TAPMI Manipal and the BBA honors from the TAPMI Bengaluru campus. PG program, we have 6 PG programs being offered by the TAPMI Manipal campus. MBA, 6 different MBA, MBA core, HR, marketing, banking, financial services, international business, artificial intelligence, and data science from the Manipal campus. And from the Bangalore campus, we have an MBA in technology management. Both the campuses offer executive education for people who are employed. So we've recently done an program on how to use AI for enhancing startups with the Telangana Startup Hub. We have done through People Business, we have done, and we are a standard partner for Canara Bank, LIC, and Manappuram Finance, multiple corporate entity. So both the campuses do it sometimes together, sometimes we do it separately, depending on the time and the faculty availability. We have absolutely a distinguished team of faculty members. We currently, the Bangalore campus has got 40 plus, the Manipal campus has got around 80 plus faculty members. Interestingly, 95% of all our faculty members are PhD holders, and that too PhD from institutes of repute in India. It is the IIMs and the IITs is where the majority of our faculty, good about 85% of our faculty, come from these reputed management schools in India. And in addition, good about 45% of our faculty members are people who have a good industry work experience. Like people have worked in various corporate entities like IBM, like I have been personally, I was with the L&T for 6 years, and before that with the Indian Navy in the tech branch for good 25 years. We have people who are finished CA and worked with companies like Amazon and multiple Punjab National Bank and various other corporate experience. So the faculty members bring in rich experience of what's happening in the industry and give it. And interestingly, for both the IPM program, the MBA, and for the BBA program, the program has been structured in such a way that the final year, whatever you would be learning, 80%
So your voice is breaking.
Student, oh, my voice is breaking. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir,
this
yes,
is
sir.
primarily to facilitate better. Yeah. So this is primarily to facilitate students to understand what happens in industry. And we have one more interesting thing. In almost all the courses that we teach, towards the end of the course, we bring visiting faculty or guest lectures from industry so that whatever you did in 30 sessions or 24 sessions that you have learned, the industry experts will try and connect the theoretical concepts that you have learned in the classroom to the practical industrial application. So that each semester, each course, you sort of start off connecting the thread, starting to understand the theory that you have learned in the classroom, how is being connected with the real life business scenario. In addition to this, we have fantastic lab facility. The TAPMI Manipal has got a Bloomberg terminal where we are subscribed to Bloomberg database. Live data is available, and interestingly, many of the courses in finance and various other programs asks you to do project work using live database. In the Bangalore campus, we have the CMI database, and we have multiple Refinitiv, various databases that are required for the students to understand and solve real life problem with real life data, not a fictitious data. So the students have to go to the lab, download the data, analyze, interpret it the way they would want to do it, and then present it, make presentations to that in the class. We have a supply chain lab where we have various softwares related to optimization, transportation problem, so that students can get to understand warehousing location is worked out and things like that. Interestingly, in the ops and supply chain area, we extensively teach the students to use AI to solve a real life problem. What we do is we ask them to solve it mathematically using pen, paper, or traditional software. And then we ask them to solve the same problem using AI so that the student starts to understand and appreciate how AI gives result, and then they sort of compare, validate the AI model, and then use it for advanced calculation. So this is something which is done in the supply chain lab. We have a finance and analytics lab whereby the latest databases related to finance is available. Largely, these are used by the faculty to do their research, but students also, those who are interested in research or wanting to opt the research path, can use these software. We have an AI/ML lab, innovation, creativity. These things, innovation and creativity, is one of the hallmark of our program, primarily because we teach our students the concept of design thinking. This is something we teach them at the end of year 1, semester 2, and this innovation creativity lab from these lab. And then we ask the students to go to an NGO at the end of year 1 for 6 to 8 weeks of internship, whereby a student gets to innovatively apply the framework, design thinking framework, to solve a business problem. So early in life, early at the end of first year, every student gets an opportunity to solve a live problem of an NGO, come out with a solution, and then come back to the campus in their semester 3, present it to a team of faculty members and get it graded. We have 3 different internships during our entire program, one at the end of first year, one at the end of second, and one at the end of third year. All these internships are graded, meaning you just cannot do the internship alone and then leave it. You will have to come back and present to a faculty member showing what you have learned. And other than the first year social internship, year 2 sales internship, and year 3 corporate internship are largely paid internship. Good about 95% of our students get to do this internship with a stipend that gets that the students get to earn during the time they get associated with with these internships. Now, as we move to the next slide, you can see the picture of the TAPMI, which is there in the Manipal campus. If you remember, I had initially mentioned that we have a Manipal campus where the IPM program runs and the MBA program runs. This is the campus of the TAPMI Manipal campus, which has a 40-year legacy. Coming back to the program, we believe largely in experiential learning through live projects. We give live business problems to students and case studies so that students experientially learn. They don't just learn theory, they learn how to apply the theory to find a solution and a business solutions actually. We conduct multiple events. If you see in the slide, we have written flagship event, GLC, Global Leadership Conference. Kala is a cultural fest. Adikshna is a flagship business event. Brand Scan, again, is a marketing fest done by the TAPMI Manipal campus. Disha is also an event which is done by the Manipal campus, whereby the HR corporate leaders are invited to share their views. Shortly, I will be showing pictures of all these events so that you get to understand how students plan, coordinate, and conduct all these events. We strongly believe that students should be running and doing these events primarily because this gives an opportunity and a platform for students to exhibit their team building ability to cooperate and work towards meeting the objective, and sort of helps the students to get leadership skill sets in the process. So I will shortly show you the pictures from the next slide onwards. We have a strong student development program. Year on year, we sort of make students holistically develop their personality. So year 1, we sort of focus on team building, being creative, what it is to be of team dynamics. All these things we do it during year 1. Year 2, we slowly start transforming them. We give them training on how to make your CV, how to attend a group discussion, how to attend a personal interview. All these skill sets we give them. And in third year onwards, we start focusing on their leadership ability, how to improve their leadership ability. So these are all various structured student development program which we have, because we primarily don't want students only to focus on academics. We want students to focus on soft skills, executive presence, so that there is an overall personality development. To help students to participate in various clubs and committees and activity, we have multiple clubs and committees. Some of them we have listed. ARCs, the Alumni Relation Committee, which sorts of handles the alumni relation, connecting with alumni, bringing alumni every year for multiple programs. We have a PACE, which is Placement and Corporate Engagement team. This is the team which connects with industry to get the students placed. We have a PRISM, which is a creative team which sort of makes all presentations, posters. In fact, the slide deck which we are seeing has been developed by the students of the Prism. And that's how we make the students specialize in making promotional videos and multiple things, posters, banners, everything is done by the students. We have a marketing club which sort of thinks of how to market a particular problem or how to find what is the market requirement. Finance club. We have something called SCOT, which is a sustainable committee of TAPMI, which focuses on how business models can be made in a sustainable way. They sort of bring challenges in the world which are against making the world a sustainable one, and they ask students or evoke students to come out with business models which can help them. In addition, we have multiple. In fact, we have an e-cell, entrepreneurship cell, and yesterday they conducted their flagship event, Pravarti 2.0, whereby students from multiple departments came, pitched their business idea, and people from the industry, couple of alumni from TAPMI and startup founders came and sort of assessed and then gave prize to the best business models that were presented. A couple of them, I'll show you the pictures in few slides from now. Our curriculum is absolutely future-focused curriculum, focuses on use of AI, ML. We are one institute which encourage students to ethically, correctly use AI tools, meaning we allow students to use AI tools and after disclosing where and how they have used, because we strongly believe that the industry today wants students who are capable or able to handle AI tool. Again, another interesting thing, 2 weeks back, the product development club of TAPMI Bengaluru, they conducted an event of for the college students, whereby students were given 3 challenges, one in the agri sector, one in women empowerment sector, and another in the rural healthcare sector. They were told to identify a problem, business problem, and find a business solution using multiple AI tools. And then the prize were given to the teams which had used maximum number of AI tool and correctly utilized the AI tool to work out with a solution. So these are some of the way in which our curriculum is highly structured towards practical application. We have a strong corporate engagement, about which I had already told you. At the end of first year, we do social internship, then sales internship and corporate internship. We have an LADC cell, that is Leadership Assessment and Development Center, which I talked about in SDP, whereby in year 3, we assess the leadership personality of each and every student who is interested to know it through 7 to 8 different psychometric tests. And we have a trained set of faculty members who can understand and decipher these psychometric tests. And we give an one hour one-to-one advice to our students as to what they should do to transform themselves into a transformational leader. So this is what we do. We have a placement support. We strongly believe that rather than providing job opportunity to students, we should help students to develop a career. We should give them the knowledge, skill sets by which they will be able to flourish and have a strong career path for each one of them. In addition, we have scholarship, good about 10 to 100%, depending on various categories and requirement, about which Ms. Surabhi will be shortly talking about. We have multiple career paths for our students. So when I say multiple career path, for the BBA honors program, let me tell you, at the end of year 3, you have good about 6 options available, whether you would want to do the BBA honors 4th year. If you decide to do the 4th year, then you have again 3 options there. You can take the corporate track, whereby you specialize in one particular area. In your year 3, you get to specialize in 2 baskets. Out of 7 baskets. The 7 baskets are: one is finance, second is marketing, third is HR, fourth is IT and analytics. We have then operations, supply chain, we have HR, and we then have strategy and entrepreneurship. So these are the various baskets that we have, and students can pick up 2 in their year 3, and those who move to year 4, the honors year, again, which is not available to all the students who join the program. Honors year is by invite. TAPMI decides who are good students, whose CGPA are good, and who don't have a disciplinary issue are only invited for the 4th honors year. So within the honors year, you have the option of taking any one specialization out of the 7 which I had mentioned. So that is the corporate career track. The second track that we have is the entrepreneurship track. Those students who are interested in becoming entrepreneur can sort of get into this track. We bring in some academic curriculum through Miles, Manipal Institute of Leadership and Entrepreneurship team, who sort of give them some academic knowledge. Plus, we have a incubator. We help the students to incubate their ideas, bring in founders of multiple business startups, and funders through whom you can bounce your ideas, get the ideas cleaned up, and then sort of at the end of year 4, we connect you with an incubator. So that is the second track that we have. The third track which we have is a study abroad track, whereby after 3 years you can go abroad. You can go to University of Southampton, or you can go to University of Deakin, and multiple. In addition to that, Mahe has got an MOU with 200 different universities. So this year also, some of these universities have given options for study abroad as well as for exchange, and we are pursuing it. In fact, one of the girl is very close to getting into EdTech France for her exchange program. So that is the third track we have. The fourth we have is a research track. Students who want to pursue PhD after 4 years. That is one of the salient feature of the 4 years BBA honors program, whereby at the end of 4th year, you are eligible to join for a good PhD without doing a master's. So, in fact, one of our students have got selected to IIM Bangalore for PhD in the area of finance. We also have the foreign universities with whom we have tie-up, the Deakin and Southampton, with whom we have an exchange program, so whereby we facilitate our students to go and pursue their PhD abroad as well. In addition, we also have an option of a 1-year break for those students who want to try entrepreneurship stroke family business. We are just working out the modalities of the same, so that a student who has a family business background or wanting to pursue entrepreneurship after year 3 can do the same. And if the student is successful, the student moves out with a BBA degree. If the student wants to come back and pursue the honors here after 1 year of break, the student can come back to us. So these are multiple options. So one of the USP of the BBA honors program is it's a program whereby you have multiple options to select from after year 3. In fact, we have one more option whereby students can, those who have got a good CGPA, can move into TAPMI Manipal for the MBA program, provided they do good in the GD and PI. They don't have to have a CAT score, but they have to do well in their GD, PI, and in their co-curricular activity, so that students from TAPMI Bengaluru can move to TAPMI Manipal for the 2 years MBA. If I look at the IPM program, the options that they have is after year 3, of course, they can go for a study abroad, they can take a break, they can take a job, but they also get eligible to automatically move to the MBA program that is offered, as long as there's no disciplinary issue and your CGPA is beyond a threshold value. So both the IPM program and the BBA honors program have got multiple pathways after year 3, in line with the new education policy that the government has set up. We facilitate our students, in addition to this, to get various professional certification like the CFA. We are working with SEMA. We are working with the Financial Risk Management Institute. So our purpose is sort of, as the students study, if they get the certification, their prospects of getting a good job is very high. In fact, we have for CFA, we have 2 categories of scholarship. One is we shortlist students whom the CFA then gives them free scholarship to appear for the exam. The second is a reimbursement, a partial reimbursement of the fees that the student have to pay. So these are some of the salient features. Can I request Surbi to move to the next slide, please? Yeah, let us hold. The next slides are few of the photographs which I was talking about. On the left-hand side, these is something called as every year. In fact, the first photograph and the second photograph, you would be seeing stalls, right? The first year students are asked to set up stall and sell product to the students within the campus, faculty members within the campus. This is done in year one primarily to understand their skill sets, to design a business solution or a business model problem. And these are used as project work for the students for three different subjects. One is microeconomics, primarily how the students do the pricing of the product that they sell. They could either make pani puri or they could buy biryani from outside and sell. They could do pottery. In fact, the third slide which you are seeing is a slide of a pottery event, the pottery where students are asked to come, meaning they give the experience of pottery, and whatever they make, they can take it with them, right? So year after year, we have been doing it. So primarily to facilitate student understand the concepts of microeconomics, pricing policy. Second, the students are also evaluated during this for their course on sustainability, which they do in semester 2, how much of carbon emission that the product that they sell is incurring to. So this is sort of the students are asked to calculate, and then the average carbon value is decided. So those students who are emitting more carbon can buy carbon credit from other stalls which are emitting less carbon. This is becoming the international norm today, the developed country versus developing country. So the same concept, India is going to become a signatory of this in the years to come. So we want students to understand and appreciate how eco-friendly is their business model. And in case if they are not eco-friendly, they have to buy carbon credit from another organization or unit which are more eco-friendly. So these are all real life scenario which we try to implement in this event called Clash of Traders. In fact, the first three slides that you see are from Clash of Traders, which is done by the students. Interestingly, this year's Clash of Traders happened on 26th of this month, and I'm so happy to report that this year the overall sales that has been done by the students is 4.26 lakhs. This is the total. They had total 30 stalls set up by the first year BBA students, and this year the total sale revenue is 4.2526 to be precise lakhs. Last year it was around 3 lakh. So year on year, the amount of revenue that the students are generating is increasing. However, I should also tell that not all the stalls and all the students could have made profit. Some could have made some losses also, depending on how successful they have been with their business model, how they have been able to impress upon the customer and make sales. What we also do during the Clash of Traders is we sort of ask the students to finally submit their accounts, how much they spent, how much they collected revenue. So that becomes an assignment in their accounting subject. In addition, we have events whereby, like the last slide on the right-hand side is where Adikshana is a flagship event whereby we conduct an e-business model competition for students from other schools. What you see in the bottom is the various events that is done by the faculty member. This is a culture-based gamification model. So business executive classes whereby the students have been also part of it. Can I move to the next slide, please, Surabhi? Yeah. So again, the first two slides on the top left is the Lead XAI. This is a global leadership conference which we have been doing for the last 3 years. The focus is on how to develop leadership. We bring in corporate guys, senior leadership, and then use of AI is the focus of this 3 years event. First year, we talked about how AI is being used. The second year is due to AI, is there an impact on HR recruitment? The third year, we talked about how global backend companies, GCCs, how they sort of use AI. So these are some of the pictures. And the pictures that you see here is all the various cultural activity. As I said, Kala. We have an inter-Mahe Bengaluru event called Rubaru. Interestingly, this year, TAPMI students got the third prize amongst this. Same way, there are multiple cultural events which are happening in TAPMI Manipal campus as well. Surabhi, can you move to the next slide, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think, yes. So this is an overview of both the IPM and the BBA honors program. The details of admission journey, Ms. Surabhi will be handling it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting up the pace for the session. I think the students would have got a great idea about what happens in both the campuses and what all we have to offer. And as we have started off with the admission process, we are right now doing a session on this to take you all through the details of the admission process, as we understand that you have a lot of queries ranging from process to fees to documents. So we will be trying to cover all of that, and we request you to make a note of all the aspects of admissions process. So this admission process that we are talking about is of undergraduate programs of TAPMI at both the campuses. So we have two undergraduate programs: Integrated Program in Management, which is a 5-year program. We have 60 seats in that, and it is offered in Manipal campus. Another program, we have BBA Honors. It's a 4-year program. We have 300 seats in BBA Honors, and it is offered in Bengaluru campus. When you apply to both the programs. So we have a common application for both the undergraduate programs of TAPMI, and the application is called IPM/BBA Honors at TAPMI. So when you go to our website and apply, the application's name would be IPM/BBA Honors at TAPMI. Application fee is 800 if you are not opting for MET. If you are opting for MET, there will be additional 1200 charged for that. So in total, you will have to pay 2000. Talking about the eligibility criteria. So for general category, a student should have 60% in 10th and 12th, should have English as compulsory subject in class 12th, should have appeared for one of the entrance tests, which is listed here. So we consider IP MAT, JIP MAT, JEE Mains, SAT, CLAT, and if you're not considering to appear for any of these external entrance tests, you may apply to Manipal entrance test. So we have just closed applications for Manipal entrance tests phase 1 on 23rd. We have started off the applications for phase 2. Phase 1 is going to happen in mid of April, and phase 2 will be happening in towards end of May. So the applications for phase 2 have already begun. So if you have not applied so far and you wish to apply, you may proceed and fill up the application. For foreign NRI sponsored category, so before getting into the eligibility criteria, I would like to tell you that the applications and admission process for this category is entirely managed by the central team of MAHE. So we have a dedicated team of International Admissions Office who manages the admission process and applications for this category. I'll only be taking you through the eligibility criteria. If you need any further information, we'll be sharing the link over chat to connect to the respective team. So for applying through this category, you should have 60% in 10th and 12th. English is still a compulsory subject required in class 12. For this category of students, you do not need to appear for the entrance test. For applying through this category, you should be like, if you're applying through NRI category, so you have to be an Indian citizen who holds Indian passport and stays outside, or you have to be son or daughter of non-resident Indians. If you're applying through NRI sponsored category, so either your parents have to be NRI or their brothers or sisters have to be NRI, or parents, brother, sister can be NRI, or your grandparents can be NRI. Like I mentioned, for further information, just in case you want to check your specific eligibility for this criteria, we will be sharing the contact details of International Admissions Office. You may directly get in touch with them. So the admission process for both the programs, IPM and BBA Honors, is common. So like I mentioned, when you apply to both the programs. The first step of admission process is you have to complete an application. After that, we'll be asking you to submit a few documents. In those documents, we'll be asking you to submit your class 10th marks card and a few achievement certificates. We'll be talking about it later in this presentation. So once you submit your eligibility documents, we will be verifying your documents, and then you will be called for an online micro presentation and interview round. We will also be discussing about this in further slides. Once you are done with your interview, we will be then processing results. So results are processed on the basis of your academics, which is your class 10th and 12th marks, your performance in the interview round, and your entrance test score if you are applying through general category. If you're applying through foreign NRI sponsored category, in that case, we will not be taking your entrance test score into consideration. Once we shortlist the students, we share offer letter for the respective programs, and then you're supposed to pay fees and secure your admission. So in terms of merit offers, the offers, like you know that you're applying to both the programs, and you might be having this query that how do we select students for, the respective programs? So it is when we put together the merit list for both the programs, that is when you get to know if you're selected in both or just one program. So the selection works in this way. So maybe, around top 200 students would be getting offered to both the programs, IPM and BBA Honors. Those students only have provision to make a choice between the two programs. Moving down the merit list, another 300-400 students will be getting offer for BBA Honors program only. More number of students are getting offer for BBA Honors because we have more number of seats in BBA Honors. We have 300 seats in BBA Honors and we have 60 seats in IPM. So this is how the selection process works here. In terms of fees, the fees of IPM is 28.5 lakhs in total. In terms of, year-wise fees, it is divided like this: 5.5 lakhs per year for the first 3 years of BBA, because IPM is BBA plus MBA, right? So for first 3 years, it is 5.5 lakhs per year. And then for the next 2 years, it is 6 lakhs per year. When you deposit fees for the first year, we would also be requesting you to deposit refundable caution deposit of 40,000, which is refunded once you pass out from TAPMI. If you're applying through NRI sponsored category, the fees will be USD 8,600 per year for 3 years and USD 9,400 per year for the next 2 years. And caution refundable deposit would be USD 600 in that case. Coming to BBA Honors, the total fees is 6.04 lakhs for 4 years. In terms of yearly fees, it is 4.01 lakhs per year, and refundable caution deposit of 10,000 would be charged in year 1. If you're applying through foreign NRI sponsored category, the refundable caution deposit would be USD 200, and per year fees would be around 6,300. Now, in terms of documents required. So in one of the earlier slides, we went through the admission process, right? The second step of the admission process was about submitting the documents. So these are few documents which are required from document submission to interview process. So you are supposed to carry your Aadhaar card in the interview, while rest of the documents as per the availability are required to be submitted. So you're required to submit your class 10th marks card, 12th marks card, entrance test scorecard. You may share up to 3 entrance test scorecards with us. Achievements in terms of state level and above achievements, any extracurricular achievements you have during your school time, you may share that with us. Again, you are allowed to submit up to 3 achievements. Now, many of you would have questions around class 12 marks card and entrance test scorecard. We understand that many of you might be in 12th standard right now, and you would have just appeared for your board exams. So in that case, you may skip submitting the class 12th marks card as of now. As and when your results are out, you may submit that. Same goes with entrance test scorecard. If you do not have it available right now, you may submit it later. Those of you who have already completed the application, you know that you have shared the registration details with us right now. And you have already shared the result status with us in terms of awaiting or declared. So we know that your entrance test is already concluded or it's going to happen in some time. Okay. Coming to the third step of admission process, which is micro presentation and interview round. Now, this round happens session wise. Okay, so I'll be sharing the details on the dates in the coming slides. So what happens is we have, so for example, you are taking, you are going through the phase 1 of interviews. During that phase, you will be selecting your date of choice, and you will be selecting your session of choice between morning and afternoon session. For instance, you choose morning session. So the session structure goes like this. All of you would be joining, all of you who have chosen morning session will be joining the given link. The link will be shared by us on an email, and you will be joining that link. During the first 15-20 minutes, we will be doing identity verification. That is when you're required to carry your Aadhaar card. And we will be allocating you the interview slot for the day. Okay, so for instance, you join the briefing at 9 a.m. for another 15-20 minutes. You will be going through the structure of interview, few details about program, and you will be given your interview slot. So maybe you get an interview slot of 10:30 a.m. So you will be asked to leave the session at that time and join back at 10:30, which is your allocated slot. During that slot, another 15-20 minute interaction will happen. During that 15-20 minute interaction, a micro presentation and interview will take place. What happens during micro presentation and interview? So micro presentation is nothing but if you have gone through the TAPMI website, you would have seen we have listed down around 90-95 topics. So one of those topics is allocated to you at the time of interview, and you're given 90 seconds time to think about it, prepare about it, okay, while you are supposed to be on camera. And you will be given another 90 seconds time to speak about the topic, okay? Followed by that, there will be interview questions related to the profile you have submitted, as in your achievement certificates, your academic certificates, which you have submitted during application process. That will be reviewed, and based on that, some questions will be asked by the interview panel. In terms of important dates, those you have completed the applications until 23rd of March, you will be invited for phase 1 of interviews. The interviews are going to take place online, and interviews will be starting from 16th April onwards. Okay, so you have registered through one email ID through which we are communicating to you so far. Please keep checking your email ID. Very soon we will be communicating regarding interview process. Before that, we have been communicating to you regarding submission of your documents. If you have not submitted your documents so far, please submit your documents so that there is no hindrance in terms of interview call. So we'll be calling you for interview, and when you receive a notification from our site, when you log into your dashboard, you would be able to see a few interview session slots. You may choose slot of your choice, and then your interview will take place on that day and during that time. The students who have still not completed the application, please complete your applications. The applications that we receive till 2nd of May will be called for interviews 11th May onwards. Okay. For your information, we also conduct interviews on Saturdays and Sundays. So when we open the slots, you will also be receiving information about Saturday and Sunday slots. So just in case you have some entrance test scheduled or some other engagement during weekdays, you may opt for a weekend slot. We are also going to take you through a few FAQs that we come across. A lot of students ask these questions. So maybe a few of you have submitted these questions on the chat already. So we will be taking you through FAQs, and then we'll open the floor for question and answer. So one of the common questions that comes up is there a management quota for the students who do not get through the general merit selection process? So the answer to this is no. At MAHI, at TAPMI, there is no management quota. There's only merit-based selection. Next question is it possible to switch from one program or fees to another program and fees within university if the candidate has given interview for both the programs? So such questions come, maybe, you have applied to a BBA program at Manipal School of Commerce and Economics at Manipal, and you have applied to TAPMI's IPM BBA Honors program. You have paid fees in one, and many students come and ask that we have paid fees there. Can the fees be shifted, and can the admission be transferred to Bengaluru? The answer to this is no. There is a separate application and admission process for each and every program. Only for TAPMI's IPM BBA Honors program, there's common application. However, later on in the admission process, the fee payment for that is also going to be separate. Okay, so fees from one program to another cannot be transferred. The application from one program to another cannot be transferred. You have to fill up a separate application. Another one is, what is the percentage of mathematics taught during BBA Honors program? So, Amik sir, would you like to take up this question? We come across this question a lot.
Yes, so there will be initial course on mathematics. When you join, there will be 5 to 6 sessions. Over the first 2 semesters, there will be 2 courses which will be taught, and as and when you progress into specifics, like if you want to focus into economics or finance, there are separate courses which are taught in electives, where you may be you may take course on calculus, or any advanced mathematics, which is important for you to learn the advanced levels of the subject. Okay, but for all the students in the first, when you enter the program, there are specific courses taken on accounting, mathematics, and the local language, which is Kannada. These are around 5 to 6 sessions. As you enter the semester, there are around 2 courses which are taken on mathematics.
Thank you, sir. Next one is, do candidates who are NRIs or OCIs need to take any entrance test? No. This we have covered in one of the earlier slides, that candidates who are applying through NRI sponsored categories are not required to take entrance test. Is it compulsory to appear for MET? Is there any cutoff for any entrance test? So taking up the first question, is it compulsory to appear for MET? It is compulsory to appear for one entrance test out of the list of entrance tests that we are considering: IPMAT, GIPMAT, CLAT, JEE Mains, SATs, And if you are not appearing for any of these, then you are supposed to appear for MET. Otherwise, you will not be able to proceed with the application itself. And in terms of cutoff, there is no cutoff for entrance test. In merit, when we put together the merit list, there is certain weightage given to class 10th marks, 12th marks, English, entrance test scorecard, and interview performance. And in terms of weightage, if you ask me what is the exact weightage given, so that is a confidential information. We won't be sharing the exact weightage given to these various criteria. However, like I mentioned, there is no cutoff for any of these. So there is no cutoff score for entrance test.